Well, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's a great morning. Wild world we live in. Good Lord, man. Endless freaking wars. Getting pretty old, man. Getting pretty old. Need to reel in these scumbags that are fucking creating all this. Talking about the defense contractors. Yeah, those guys. Biggest threat to humanity. Profiting off of death. Insane. Sorry. I'm not gonna continue to rant. Let's get into some trading. Let me get in this Discord. Let's see. There we go. We got a little Dixie. Boom boom. We got down in the general voice. Yeah, he'll figure it out. Yeah, figure it out. We're up here in Alpha Voice. That's where we hang out. Let's take a peek at Dixie here on the VRE. Pop, pop, pop. What do we got going on? Starting to show some weakness, are you? Underneath this new weekly range, rejected yesterday. Yeah, the dollar. Wow. Dollar. So right now, you got a little range here in between the weekly volatility range, top side of the monthly. Talking about 105.8 to the bottom, 106.3 top side. Nice tight little range, about half a point. Will the dollar range in here? I mean, you got a pretty big wide weekly, pretty big wide monthly. Today, 10th. Wouldn't surprise me. Now, I'm sure it's going to break out to the bottom of the top of this at some point, but this could actually, at the end of the week, dollar could end up right around here where it's at right now, 106. So we will see. Let me take a look at the chart over here. Are we on the daily? Yeah, let's see. Working a little doji right now. Let's see what the volatility's saying. Yeah, kind of contracting, positively correlated. Down she goes. Down she goes. Had a little bit of expansion over here. Leaving some wicks behind though. Below the 9 log MA. Yeah, wave trend's probably going to get tested here on the daily at some point here. Some point, maybe even today. 105 a whole point. Yeah, it can happen. It definitely can happen. Let's take a peek on the VRE. Where is 105 area? Probably going to be below the bottom of the monthly, I would imagine. Let me scale this down, make it a little easier. Let's bring her up. Come on. Yeah, pretty much. Fourth standard deviation, 99.7 Laplace. What do we got here? Is that the bottom of the monthly? It is the bottom of the monthly, pretty much. Good stuff. That can definitely happen today. Is it gonna? I don't know. Let's take a peek here. Let's work down through these time frames. Total random walk. This down move on Dixie, totally random. Don't trust it, right? It's definitely not trending. Where do you come for trend? You come to alpha trading. Why? Because we have an entropy indicator we built specifically for it. And it works very well. Works very well. Let's see here. Are we setting up any div or not at all? There was no bull or bear sitting right at the zero mean. Of course it is. Let's go to the 4 hour real quick. 4 hours. Same thing. No div. There was a little bull div. Getting ready to cross the zero mean here. Interesting. UPM, really? Not going to populate? Sure you are. Let's give it another chance. Yeah, look at this entropy. Wild. Wild on the 4 hour. No trend at all in here. All random. Last trend was to the top side. Right? 29th of September. About the October 2nd. October 2nd, last trend on Dixie. It was definitely to the top side. Little move right here. All right? Little move right there. There we go. So we're below. We're literally at the 99 log MA right now. Let me blow this up real quick. Let's see what's happening. Boy, I'll tell you what. Everything's flipping bearish for the dollar here. Indeed. Entire power mean band. Right? Saw this. This is kind of a shot across the bow. Is losing strength, right? You get a wick all the way almost to the top side of the entire power mean band. Then it pulls back underneath the 33 and 9 log MA. Then you get a freaking 4 hour candle. Taps that 99 log MA perfectly. Comes right back up to do what? It's testing this cross right here. Now here we are. Below the power mean band. Sitting right below the 99 log MA. Bulls are probably going to try to fight this. We'll see what happens, though. Bears are going to be stiff competition at this 99. Especially, I mean, you get Probably by the close on Thursday, you're going to have this power mean band touching this 99. It's probably start breaking through, maybe even before then. I'm going to see at this 4-hour close that is closing. Let's see, 2 hours? Yeah, 2 hours from now. Yeah, about an hour and 55 minutes. Good stuff. Let's see here. Like I said, total random walk. You got these Z-scores both up, returns oscillators up. I mean, this thing could pop back up, test the wave trend first. So be careful here. Be real careful here. It's going to be interesting on the market open here in 25 minutes. Let's go down to the 90 minute. What have you been doing, Dixie? No bear div. All the both Z scores are down. Returns oscillators down. Got every length of volatilities hanging. I mean, you got the 525s at a 96. You've got the 2400 and 89.5, 981 and an 86.4. We're expanding, all positively correlated. I'll tell you what, everything's starting to contract right now. Grades turning down. Yeah, this thing could definitely be coming down here. We'll see what happens. You got the battle, right? 4 hours trying to cross up the zero mean. 90 minutes getting ready to drop below. But there's no bear div. No bear div at all. Let's go to the 45 minute. There's the hidden bear, though. There's the hidden bear in the 45. Positively correlated as well. And of course, both Z-scores. Both Z-scores hanging right around the zero mean here, man. Wowzer. Wowzer, wowzer, wowzer. Incredible. Not going to show us anything. I guarantee on the open this is going to switch up. Let's see here. That's about the 33. Hidden as well. Hidden bear.
When I'm learning about all this stuff and things are like middle of the data set, like those Z-scores hovering around that zero mean, your fallback is always the volatility, right? That's going to tell you what it's going to do.
Yeah, 100%, man. 100%. See here. Oh, wow. Returns oscillator was coming down the whole time on this move up. Is that a lot of bear div? Yeah. Did it play out? Right here at the end, it did. Got a nice head start, though. Nice head start. And what did it do? Yeah, man. Set up hidden bull. Hidden bull on the 15 going right into the market open here. Got a nice cap on the top side. Oh, I'll tell you what, man. This dollar's starting to look real weak. Real weak. Wouldn't it be nice to have leading information out there, Trading View land? Instead of lagging indicators? Yeah, indeed. So you're rejecting here. Last couple little moves to the top side, rejecting off the 99 log MA, reverse Fisher. You're back down below wave trend. Give it to the bulls. I mean, they're trying. I don't know how long it's going to last. We will see. We will see. What is... Take a quick peek. Oil's still ramming. And pull back a little bit. Yeah, pulled back a little bit. Got stifled at 86. We're going to take a look at oil because, yeah, you know what war does. Guys, this is all such a scam. When's it ever going to end, man? When is it ever going to end?
You know what? Thursdays, when you speak of oil, Thursday night, I was looking at it, like, I was sitting there, I'm like, man, oil's going to bounce. Oil's going to bounce. I was actually telling a buddy who's not really trading. I'm like, dude, I'm looking at ExxonMobil. Oil's going to bounce. Sure enough.
Yeah.
Friday it hits its bottom, and then Monday morning, all those energy stocks just gapped right up. Everything bounced.
Yeah, you're sitting here at the top of the weekly range. It's having issues right there. And bears will try to hold it down. Yeah, I would imagine oil's probably... I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see oil really start pumping, right? Gotta fuel that military machine. Yikes. Yikes. Yeah, I'm sure. Long oil, long defense contractors, you'll probably be pretty good.
Yeah, it's a
sick world.
Long oil because there might be disruptions to the flow of it, right? With things going on.
Well, yeah, isn't that part of the plan? Yeah. Everybody needs to wake up. This shit's all being orchestrated for sure. Of course, it's going to happen. Oil, everything. We're about to see a rise in prices on a lot of things, probably, especially if this just continues. Boy, look at these nice wicks right into the top of the weekly. Is there something to see here, folks? If you're watching this, of course there is. There always is with the VEPS. When you have real leading information, we're not drawing on our charts. This is the top side of a macro volatility range, right? what happens at all these ranges. If you're at the bottom side, top side, right, these green lines, solid green lines, solid red lines, those are all the support and resistances of oil's tight daily range here. That is right in the weekly range. So yeah, this is going to get real interesting. If these guys can break above the weekly, which are trying right now. Let's see, where's this first resistance level? There's that monthly. You know what? This looks real similar, right? So here you go, right? Dixie's in between the weekly and the monthly. Oil's about to be. If it can break above the top of this weekly, let's see here. What do we got? This is the 68.3 first standard deviation. What would get it up into the monthly? Yeah, 95.4 Laplace, second standard deviation. Is oil going to make a run to 90 today? Tell you what, if it starts closing candles above this weekly, we did back here beginning of the week, wasn't ready. Let's see here. If it starts closing candles above here, oil is probably going to run at least to the bottom of the monthly right here at about 89 and a quarter area. I could definitely see that happening. Other than that, what's that first resistance piled up here too? Yeah, you got the first resistance on this weekly volatility range right at the bottom of the monthly. If oil does run up here to 89 and a quarter, I would imagine we'll see some stiff rejection right there. Indeed. Probably back to the first standard deviation, maybe back into the 68.3. We'll see. They're having trouble getting out of the weekly right now. Can't even really sustain yourself inside the 68.3. But you've got this weekly range supporting. Bottom side 95.4. Yeah, so you got the top side 95.4 Laplace distribution range. So the top side is right in the monthly. Bottom side's right at the bottom of the weekly. Wow. So that being said, what are these probabilities all about? There's a 95.4% chance oil closes above 83.90 and below 89.55. Let's just say 89.5 area. This is what's great with these probabilities. Are they great in options? Are they great when you sell premium? Are they great if you're trying to build a range, right? Very, very good. So was our projection boss, especially on continuous markets. We're still trying to put it together so we can project from the current candle. I mean, there's certain ways to do it now, but yeah, you got to be really wary of the data. When you have a non-continuous market, it's really hard to get that thing to populate from the current candle and populate that distribution out into the future. That becomes real powerful. If you're trading Bitcoin, any sort of cryptocurrency, and I'm talking pretty much, I mean, if you're trading options, obviously, don't go outside of Bitcoin, in my opinion, if you're going to trade options. And it's going to be hard pressed to find a lot of liquidity there. I mean, there's one place where it's great to trade Bitcoin options, Durabit, right? That's like 80% of the options volume for Bitcoin is there. So if you're going to trade Bitcoin options, go to Durabit if you can get an account there. They're kind of cucking the US. What's new? Yeah. Allegedly, I had fun on that exchange at some point in the past. Let me see here. Had real fun. Let's see. What do we got? Anything sticking out here before I dive in?
Pepsi's earnings came in this morning.
Yeah, Pepsi. Never liked Pepsi.
Neither do I. I mean, when I was a kid, maybe, one of the best things that the kid is you can eat whatever you want, never gain weight, right? So Pepsi and Doritos in a comic book, right? That was a good pastime.
Yeah, my metabolism is stuck with me. I don't know how, man. I'm getting ready to turn like mid-50s here. And I can pretty much eat. Don't have to worry about it. But yeah, hell, when I was a kid, yeah, probably Pepsi. And drinking out of rubber water hoses, that's probably what's wrong with me. What kid didn't, right? What kid didn't? We're all drinking. Now it's like, oh man, that shit causes cancer. Oh, really? Should have told us back then.
I'll admit though, I didn't really like all the readings on Pepsi, but I did get into it just because it was cheap, right?
Yeah.
We were talking about that last week. Maybe the one set. I was thinking of the 174 is just the nearest power meet on the daily, right? For 25 cents, right? And if it goes in the money, it's $3. That's a huge spike.
Go spike.
Just picking up the entry fees.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Wow, look at this. Look at old SPY. So pre-market, huh? You're going to go up. Where's this new daily range going to come in hot? Inside the monthly, probably. I don't know, man. At the top side, maybe. It's a tough day. You can see where it bounced from. We were even talking about it in the stream. I was like, the daily range is pretty much a clone of the weekly yesterday. Where'd it bounce from? Dead in the center. Sent a wick right to the center of the daily range. It was just a few cents above the center of the weekly. Got up into the 68.3 Laplace distribution range, pulled back, found the liquidity, pumped it right to the 1SD. Closed a little bit under it. Interesting. I'm thinking this volatility is going to pull this data set up. I'm saying maybe like right around 431, we're going to get the center of this new daily. And if that does happen, it could get interesting because you are in the monthly. But then you have literally got the top of the monthly range. Where? Here we go. That's the top of the monthly and the second resistance level on the weekly. Right here at about 437. Where are we at right now? Pre-market 432. Speaking of markets, let me get this account up.
I'd be watching for is where that top of the daily comes in. If it comes in right at the middle of the monthly, it's
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
but that would be like, oh, this might get shut down real quick, right?
Yeah, you're never gonna get like a top of a daily above where the top of the data set yesterday. It's just not gonna happen. I would imagine you're gonna get a tighter. You might get a tight daily range. I would say the top's probably going to be right around 431 3/4. To be honest, you might get a tight little daily range where the bottom side will probably be inside yesterday's 68.3, get to center right above, right inside the monthly. Get a little range like right in this area.
Yeah, it wasn't going to pop up that much unless it's like a huge daily range, right? But then you've got like this ability to range around inside of that too, which is
Gold had a nice little pop, which of course it did. Got all these psychos of gold fever buying the dip. Of course it's going to go back up. Where'd that reject from up there? Was that tight weekly? Right? Took off from it Monday. Let me see here. Where is that monthly at? Let me pull this down. Is that yeah, that's the bottom monthly range. So you got the bottom of the monthly rejected from it, right? Earlier. Late last night. Not late, 9:45 or something. Rejected, came down. You're back up in the 68.3 Laplace distribution range right here. Let's see what gold can do. Gonna depend on Dixie. Dixie showing some weakness. Dixie can pop up though, get above some of those levels we already discussed, be a different story. Probably see gold back down at the weekly, down here around 1830. And we know how gold does it, right? We know how gold does it. They've been taking the elevator lately, both ways. So yeah, you see Dixie pump, you're probably going to see a nasty little candle to the downside. It's silver. Silver's already, what's it cooking on? Down 0.5. Copper's down almost 1%. And then oil creeping. Take a look at the minis here. What we got working? What do you want? Out again? Boy, boy. Go. You're staying out for a while now. Go. Oh, she heard it. Stop. Go. Hey. Damn kids. Let's see here. Let me get this loaded up. Yeah, and I was hoping Zentap was going to make it. He is dealing with some shit right now. Literally dealing with a bunch of shit. Had a lot of air raid sirens going off and shit here right before the stream. I guess Tel Aviv's getting some action. What the hell, man? We live in a crazy ass world. Let's see. What do we got here? Turn that off. Let's see here. Get to these 0 DTEs. There we go. What's the expected move on SPY today? At least pre-market. 2.5 points. Got about 434 3/4 of the top side, 429 3/4 of the bottom side. So yeah, almost 435, huh? Let's take a peek here. Let me see with the micros. Kind of rejecting off the top side of the 68.3. You're in the monthly range, though. You're in the monthly. And a lot of this stuff is exactly the same, right? You got a weekly down here, monthly up here. Got a tight little range here, though. Bam, boom to boom. Here's the top of the weekly. There's the bottom of the monthly. You are above both. You see, weekly's definitely been tested. Monthly's definitely been tested.
But then you have on the bottom side, you have that daily and that monthly, the bottom side of the monthly too. So, and there's what you got something on your graph. It's the standard deviation to the downside, right? So I mean, there's a good that thing can just pinball around pretty much the rest of the day. Could.
I would imagine it's going to be hard. It depends. Dixie pulls back, which it's really looking like it wants to. You'll probably see top side of the monthly here. I'd be a bit surprised. You're going to get some resistance right here. Again, center of the monthly range. You got the first resistance level of the weekly volatility range right at the center of the monthly. Stiff competition. This looks like it's getting front ran a little bit. These algos pushing it back down. Here they go, trying to push it up. Right now, you're pretty much just running around in the 4-hour 68.3 Laplace. Got a little bit below it on this 4-hour candle. This thing's getting ready to close, though. This thing is getting ready to close. Much time's left in it? Let's see, 38 minutes. Gotcha. 38 minutes. So, yeah. Let's see by the close if this thing can get up here and test this center of the monthly range. That's what we want to see. Have they been up there yet? Let me see here. I don't think so, man. I don't think the minis got up there. They might have. But you're in the monthly. So, yeah, there's going to be a lot of volatility popping off here probably. Let's see. Dollar losing some strength. That's what I'm waiting for. All right, macros. Again, take one more peek at SPY. What's it doing? 430, almost 433. Almost 433. Pretty reasonable. Sticking around.
I just want to confirm something real quick on Dixie. You said that the weekly was tested.
On Dixie?
Yeah. Because, I mean, that's what I think I see, except for maybe the top of the weekly, but.
Where we got? Pull this back in. Yeah, first day. Let me pull this sucker in. Hold on here.
It tested it yesterday.
No, I mean, here's the center of the weekly. All right. Here's the bottom of the weekly. I mean, it's been all up in it. All up in it, all around. Having a party.
The top.
Yeah, it hasn't touched the top. That's what I'm concerned about, right? So.
I mean, you are deep in this thing. The only part of really the weeklies, I mean, the center is the money shot, 100%. Nothing's been very tested. Wow. Rejected off the 1SD too yesterday. Yeah, and that's just showing weakness, in my opinion, man. Now this thing's down here below the daily 68.3. You break back in this monthly range, we could definitely see Dixie down here at the in center of the monthly, second standard deviation, 95.4 Laplace. I mean, I can say with 95.4% probability that the low today on Dixie wouldn't be below like 105 point. We'll just say 105.445, right in this area right here. That's a lot of support.
I wonder where that reverse Fisher was on that daily too, because it's going to visit that, right? So I wonder where that is.
But we looked. Let me see here. Come on, you. I know we already did this. I can't even remember. Yeah, that reverse wave trend. Yeah, the 105. That's right at the bottom of the monthly range. So there you go. Right at the bottom. Right? So you'd have to break through it.
Line up so perfectly, right?
You would definitely have to break through 95.4 Laplace. Yeah, I don't think it's happening today. I don't think that wave trend's getting tested today. Too much support right here. Probabilities are, I mean, there's a 4.6% chance it can break through here. I'm not going for it.
Here's what I'm looking at. This is what I'm extrapolating. So I won't get there today, but tomorrow, because that volatility on the daily is crushed, it could absolutely not only get there tomorrow or much later today, after daily rolls over its day, right? Then it really pushes down and maybe down all the way to that reverse Fisher on a volatility spike.
Yeah, I mean, you still got the 981 up here to 61. I mean, there's still, I mean, it's not
There's still
crushed.
room for it to
You got a lot of
deflate.
contraction. 2400 still really hasn't had a major expansion. You got the 525 at about a 24, and it is contracting. But yeah, I'm sure there is somewhere though. Let me look at the 4 hour. Hell, 2400 is expanding, negatively correlated. Wow. 981 contracting, bouncing in between positive and negative. I'm sitting here real time watching it. Then you're contracting positively correlated on the low length. That's, man, we're seeing a wick left to the top side. That's just telling me, man, these bears are fighting, dude. Yeah, I don't think this thing's gonna freaking make a break. I think it's just the thing is how far below everything do you think the 4 hours is going to be able to drop? That's a thing. Especially you got a little bull div here, but if you get a rejection, off the zero mean here, you'll see. We're gonna have to pay attention to this.
Look at those Z-scores too, right? It's not going to take much for those to drop right back down into those confidence intervals either. I mean, it's already to the downside. While it's breaking to the upside to the zero mean, the ball is still in the bear's court as far as the Z-scores are concerned.
La-di-da-di-do. I mean, from the bottom up here, I mean, there is definitely a lot of hidden bull. And you're right. I mean, we got, 4 minutes to market open? And of course, I mean, look at the returns oscillator. It's sitting right at the zero mean, right where they want it. You just had a rejection off the wave trend. You rejected off 99 log MA and reverse Fisher up here. So if we're looking at the 15 minute, I mean, we got room to drop here. Let's take a peek up here, though. Where do I eventually think this thing is going? Because look at the returns oscillator. This thing's been setting down. Z-score down. Look at the price action. Up. You're outside the power mean band. Here's reverse Fisher. Top side of the power mean band, like 104.3. Do I think that the dollar is going to end up down here at some point here, or real soon? Yeah. I mean, it's gonna. I mean, it might be another 5-day candle. When did this one open? Yeah, we just got this bad boy. What's the date? 10th. Yeah. End of the week. This thing closes on Friday.
And anybody on TradingView, we focus on the dollar a lot just because it dictates a lot of what the market will do. So it might seem boring, if you're always wanting like SPY or QQQ, right? But whatever the dollar do, does typically the market will do the opposite on the opposite side. That's why they're focused on Dixie.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Especially if and depending on what you're trading, right? You're trading oil, you're trading gold, if you're trading metals, most of the market, obviously, you're going to have some stocks, right? They do their own thing. They have earnings, they do stuff. Sometimes the dollar won't affect it too much. But when we're talking about gold, silver, Bitcoin, things like that, although Bitcoin lately has been correlated with the dollar, people are starting to wake up to Bitcoin. Every day somebody sells some gold, buy some Bitcoin, right? I mean, there's a supply cap on Bitcoin, right? Very secure blockchain. It's a no-brainer. Future store of value. It's a store of value for me right now. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Trade the traditional stock markets. Take those profits. Buy Bitcoin. That's my MO. Modus operandus. That's what I do. But everybody's not like me. Some people aren't into crypto at all because, most of the time, a lot of people have been gaslighted about cryptocurrency. Look, whether you like it or not, it's on its way. All right, it's all part of the control. Do I like it? I don't want these CBDCs to roll out. That's for damn sure. We need to fight that at all costs. We do not want CBDCs. Central banks are jackasses enough without having total control. You do understand, they launch these CBDCs. They have all the control. They can turn your dollar off anytime they want. So we do not want that. I'll be surprised if they push them through. I really will. There's going to be a lot of pushback. A lot. So we'll see what happens. But as of right now, I'm stacking Satoshis. Because the
It's
next
all about
Bitcoin
where-
run is going to be meteoric. Thing's going to fly again. And when it does, it happens fast. It really does.
It's all about who's greasing the politician palms, right?
Oh, 100%, man. They're all getting situated, right? They all got to get their pile of dough. Okay. Let's see where this daily came in at. It was a little bit below the monthly. There's the top side. I said, where did I say top side was going to be? Right up under this data set right here. And there's where it's at. Just the bottom side is literally right barely above yesterday's 68.3. It's right here. 430.73. And what did I say? I said 431 and a half or something. That's close. This is tough, man. When you get a move like this, I knew the range was going to pull up. You know, a lot of people might have it down here. Nah, you got all this volatility at the end of the day, moving into the afternoon session. That'd have been a great move right here. Right, buy these calls up here at the 1SD. Made out well. Chad, we're gonna have to wait and see what's gonna happen here. What do we got? Top of the weekly. Once again, like I said, man, you're in the monthly range. You got the weekly down here. There's a nice range here. All right, look at it, a little tight. Here's the bottom of the monthly. For about 431, top of the weekly, about 428 and a quarter. I mean, we're talking 1 3/4 point or wide range in between these macro volatility ranges. Powerful. Bulls, you got the bottom of the monthly right here by the bottom side of the 68.3 Laplace distribution range. So you got some nice support here. But if Dixie decides to move to the top side, which it's going to be tough from what I was seeing, you could definitely see this thing pull back. At the daily, 1SD, let's see here. 1SD at 128.6, or 428.6. Well, there's a dime. Yeah, this is tough right now. I'm going to let this thing play out a little bit, which is always smart. Let this premium shake out a little bit intraday, because it's a little volatile right now. That expected move dropped 3/4 of a point. It's 1 3/4 now. So what do we got? Still 430 or 434 3/4 to the top side, 431 1/4 to the top or to the bottom side now. 431. So where is that? 431. Bottom side of the 68.3. Yep. 431. So what it was, 48 cents. Huh? Yeah, we're gonna have to let this play out. Yes. We are indeed. Dixie's just hovering. Let me see here. All right, buddy. What are you going to do? There you go. Having trouble getting back in that 68.3 Laplace distribution range. But you got the 1SD here, too. So when we're talking about 68.3% probability ranges, you got Laplace distribution. It's going to be a lot tighter. And you got the first standard deviations. Here's the top side. Here's the bottom side. So when it comes to the bell curve, right, 68.3% chance it closes in between these blue cross lines. You're like, well, that's an awful wide range. You need to understand, right? You know why? Who really uses these probabilities a lot? Options, right? Options, creating a range, selling premium. So very powerful. But then as we were moving along on our path, we realized, you know what? You can scalp delta with this easily, futures, whatever. And it gives you those nice ranges, especially when you break them. You come back and you test them, things like that. Instead of you drawing on your chart like a 5-year-old on a coloring book, wouldn't it be nice to be using the distribution and volatility ranges? This is actually leading information, not lagging. It's not built on price, right? That's the problem with traditional TA. And that is the scam. That's why it's being pushed so hard onto the masses. Just like everything that's being pushed on the masses, right? Especially on a big amount of it, guys, it's usually not good. Traditional TA is definitely a great example of it. They use your liquidity, right? The high frequency trading firm algorithms that literally are providing a ton of liquidity in every freaking market these days, That's what you're up against. You're up against algorithms that their code is built upon math. This is what you're seeing. And meanwhile, you have retail traders. You even have hedge fund managers, right? They're using traditional TA. You wonder why the hedge funds go belly up every day. How do you liquidate a hedge fund? By not having proper information, right? And having big egos and thinking you're the gods of the universe. That's how it happens. The high frequency trading firms, they don't give a shit about hedge funds. They're using them as liquidity as well. They're the real winners. Why? Because they use math to trade. They know where these probability levels are at. They know where these volatility ranges are at, which is a lost art. Really is a lost art. People literally used to use it, and just all the fancy bells and whistles, right? Of all the traditional TA and that being pushed, right? Every trading course out there is pushing traditional TA. Go out there and find another trading course that's talking about the VEPS. Knock yourself out. Good luck, because it's not out there. That's why we do what we do. We're breaking that trend. Straight to TradingView. This is where we stream now. Right? Where the real traders are that need this information. Whether or not you just want to join the stream every day and see what we have to talk about in the markets, or you actually want to come into the Discord and start learning how to volatility trade, because we're going to give you a free chart. We're going to give you some free education. You're not going to find any affiliate links. You're not going to find any access to the Discord that's going to cost you money. It's just not going to happen. We're not here to extract money from the community. We're here to help the community make money. That's why we're here. And people are like, oh, this guy's full of shit. Hey, go wherever Alpha Trading's at, go and see if we have any affiliate links, right? We even have a 2-week free trial for the actual indicator package we do have. That's over 40 indicators. That's about $100 a month, where you got people out there selling traditional TA, worthless indicators, just single indicators for like $300 to $500 a month that don't work. And people are just gobbling them up. It's pretty ridiculous. So we made it so you can grab all of this volatility, entropy, probability, and statistic indicators that we have built. You can create your own strategy. You can slam it right into your existing edge. And hopefully your edge, you know about risk management. If you don't know about risk management, this is another great place to land, because we talk about it all the time, right? We talk about risk management and how powerful it is to have the VEPS to be able to use that risk management. And most of it, you got to take your profits. You got to limit your loss. If you're going to just sit in a bad position and let your account get drained, what in the hell is wrong with you? Tough love. I mean, seriously. Because you think, oh, no, it's just going to go down a little bit and bounce. I'm right. My indicators tell me I'm right. Well, you're using lagging information. So, all the cards are stacked against you. Literally. Are you going to go into a poker room and sit down at the table and just be like, hey, guys, I know how the game's going. I want my whole cards turned up, though. I want everybody to see my whole cards. Is that how you're going to go into a poker room and play poker? You're going to be broke in a couple hands. No, man. You got to learn the VEPS. That's our opinion. And that's why we do this 5 days a week. We have a great Discord, a lot of great people. It's growing every day. And it's different. It's a different place to come and interact, because you don't have you don't have hundreds of people using hundreds of different edges, right? Or let me change that. You don't have 100 different people using 100 different strats with their indicators like you do in traditional TA. Everybody's using the VEPS. You might be putting together a strat a little differently with some different indicators, but they're all built on the same mathematics, right? They're all built on the same. And what we all come back and everybody uses is the VRE and the distribution ranges. This is a very powerful chart. People come over from traditional TA and see something like this and just, oh, look at all that. What is that? Blah. At the same time, they're probably drawing on their chart. using lagging information, literally drawing across, trend lines on data set tops and bottoms. Guys, this is a random market. Most of the time it's random. Right? You go into trend, you pop out, you go back into a random market. Happens all the time. And so how are you going to use lagging information to draw trend lines, right? Or moving averages built on price. You wonder why they always fail? Do they bounce sometimes? I'm telling you, if you're out there and you see a data set bouncing or rejecting off of an MA, show it to me. Pop it in the chat and I'll show you why it's really rejecting or bouncing. Because I guarantee you there's a distribution level there or a volatility range. And that's why literally probably 80% of the time all these patterns fail. The support and resistances that are being taught to you by these YouTube jimmies that don't even trade. Haven't you noticed? They all just feed off each other. It's a comedy show. There's one specific guy's out there. He teaches a lot of TA. He pops his stream out. Then all the other goofies start popping out their streams. It's all the same BS information, leading investors away from the fact of what we do here. And we trade on math. It's really all that matters. 100%. All that matters. Meanwhile, top side of the power mean band. I'm telling you, man, this dollar's probably at some point here. Now, is it going to happen by the end of the week? That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we could see Dixie down there at least probably tomorrow, maybe about 105. Because I don't think it's going to get by the center of this monthly today. If it spills out, don't sleep on the dollar. The problem is you got this weekly range up here, and it does not like it. It has been rejecting off of it, right? Been rejecting. 95 for Laplace is barely above the top side of the weekly. I mean, to be honest, I don't think this thing can even break above the top side of the 68.3 on the daily with the bottom of the weekly right here. It's a tough road to hoe. It's more likely going to come down to the bottom side 95 for Laplace distribution range. Why? There's a lot of liquidity down here for the bulls, right? There's nothing right here, obviously. All right, you bounced off the 1SD already, got up into the 68.3, right, literally into the center, full mean reversion right into the center of the distribution, and then boom, sold off again. A little bit. So we're gonna have to wait, let this play out. 963 SPY, what are you doing over here, buddy? Just creating this nice little doji. Start out with. Yeah, boring first 15 minutes. Let's see. Wow. One thing that's holding me back, though, and here's the 5-day too. Look at the trend, right? So right about these last 3 or 4 or 5-day candles, we're trend. Pulling up, it's crossing back in the second standard deviation band now. Usually when that happens, you get a prediction model flip. So we'll see. And that would be to the downside. Volatility on the 5-day. Now this is where volatility is pretty low. Earth Bear, you got an 8%, and even lower. Let me see. Yeah, you got a 4.9% and 8%, and grades at 6.9. The 2400's up here at a 47, but it's contracting pretty hard. Contracting what? Correlation just broke positive. 981 is expanding positive. Right? Then you got the 2400 contracting negatively correlated. So with this 2400 contracting hard, I might add, positively correlated. That's why we're seeing these wicks right here. All right, it's having trouble. Plus, you're outside the power mean band. This was like the last, we got to get up here because this thing is on the 5-day is flipping bullish after this massive run from the dollar, right? When it was down around 90, this thing flew up, right? What was it? What did it end up being? 114 or something crazy? Yeah, almost 115. This wave trend Fisher right here, and look how the wave trend finds some support on the Fisher. This area, this 103 points, let's say 103.7 all the way to the top side of the power mean band, and the 9 log I made about 104 point, let's just say 1. It's going to get some action here at some point on the 5-day, 100%. If this thing wants to continue to the top side, you're out of bounds. Mean reversion imminent. It's going to happen. Always does. That's one thing you can count on, right? That's one thing you can count on. Mean reversion happens. Need a shirt. That'll be in our shop one day. Mean reversion happens. Then you look at the returns oscillator. I mean, half of this move to the top side, the returns were heading down. Is this going to catch up price action? Price action follows returns. Of course it is. This thing will spill down here. Yes, it will. And as of right now, you still have a higher low. There's no hidden bull div, right? There's no hidden bull div. It's all bear div from the returns oscillator turning down. You got the Z score, same thing, turning down, half that move.
The oscillator is, again, anybody on TradingView, the oscillator is awesome. It's telling you what price action is going to do before it actually does it.
Pretty much, yeah. Especially if
Because
you know how
the
to use a
price
workflow.
lags behind the oscillator, right? So if the oscillator turns down, price action is still going up. Well, you know that at some point it's about to just turn on a dime and go to the downside.
Yeah. Yep. Same thing. You're up here on the 3-day, can't get past the reverse Fisher. Tried, right? And that is a hard cap. All right, when you get this Fisher up here like that, that is a hard cap. Notice something else. Look at the returns oscillator. I mean, there's a lot of people that never learned divergence in the first place, let alone are going to understand it now. So you need to learn it. You got lower highs here. This is a lot of bull divergence. I mean, bear divergence. You got wave trend down here at about 103.8. 103.8. Why do I keep going back to wave trend? Because, man, it always gets action. Always gets action. Now, could this just pull back to the top side of the power mean band and continue on? 105? What's at 105? We just talked about this. It's the bottom of the monthly range. It could definitely bounce from there. But is it going to be able to sustain that? See, on the 3-day, you're going to have all the power mean band, reverse wave trend, the log MAs. You've got to cross up through this Fisher. So if you can sustain price action up here and only pull back to the top side, maybe we can have some continuation. Especially, I mean, you got these Z scores. Z scores are turning up, right? There was the bear div right here, right? So we're getting this little pullback from the local top. It was about 107.3. Yeah, about 1.3 points down. Not a lot, especially with just shit going on in the world. Boy, they really want a strong dollar right now. I don't know if they're going to get it, though. There's a lot of people fighting against it, I'm sure. Let's see here. What do we got? All right, so, it's a 2-day. You have to be able to use a workflow, see where this thing's pulling back to. Let's look at this daily one more time. This is a clean chart. You got a lower low here. You have a lower high. There's no divergence right now. You're setting up a big nasty daily doji here. But I do. I mean, when you got wave trend at the bottom of the monthly and stuff, and we just showed top side of the power mean band, I believe that was on 3-day or 2-day, whichever it was. A lot of stuff. Total random walk to on the daily. That's a 4-hour. Got 1855. Spy's trying, isn't it? 433 now. Okay, a little shit. Let's see here. Yeah, clean. I mean, on the 4-hour, had this little bit of bull right here. Indeed. I don't know, man. This thing might reject here. See the 90. It's taking the UPM, so that's why when I'm running a workflow, when I'm not streaming, the UPMs pop up almost immediately. This stream just sucks the juice out of this. Well, you're streaming on the same platform that you're running the indicators from. It's got to cause a little friction, and it is. Deal with this every freaking day. Come on, baby. I got the dev bands up. That's good. Just need my UPM on the 90. Come on, buddy. Get your butt down here. There we go. Yeah, man. Just increasingly looking bearish for the dollar. I mean, when you get and why do I say that? Well, it depends on where's the power mean band. Is it above the reverse Fisher? Is it below the reverse Fisher? Where's the wave trend? All this. I mean, look at all. You got a ton of resistance, man. 99 log MA up here too. I mean, if the dollar wants to come back up and test wave trend at 106.2, like 6 area, you're going to run into some stiff competition up there, big time. But then again, man, these are clean charts. So what's that mean? It means there's not an imbalance in the buy and sell pressure. We got a nice even battle going on. That's what's happening. You don't have one side just laying back. All right, let these bulls have their way. When you do that, that creates the divergence. That's what creates divergence. Let's see. 90 minutes. Got a dog creeping outside, making all kinds of racket. What do you want? Good Lord. Let me let this thing in. Come on, girl. That's it. Go lay down. You're not going back out until I'm done. Go. Been out like 3 times. Think she's going to come in and get a treat every time. That ain't happening. Come on, UPM. Populate for the 45-minute here. Over in SPY. While that's loading, go back over here. Where you pop to? Top side of the 68.3. And remember, first resistance level on the weekly. First resistance level on the weekly is right above the 68.3. And then the center of the monthly. To be honest, you get up here to the center of the monthly, I might be looking at some intraday puts. To be honest. Ooh, is that a signal? Maybe. Let me see here. But I would not go too far. Would not go too far. Look at the daily range down here. Did you gap up through it? No, you didn't. And that's a little too much, man. I'm seeing this daily get tested, which would make sense. It wouldn't surprise me at all to see this thing range in the 68.3 today. There's a lot of uncertainty with Dixie and stuff, and it's just hovering around, creating a doji on the daily. It's been flying around. Wouldn't be a bit surprised to see a little fear in the markets. People are afraid to get in some positions. Don't blame them, especially if you're using traditional TA. You don't see the power of trading intraday, taking profits, limiting losses, not being emotionally attached to your trades. It goes on and on and on. The bad habits people create for themselves. The biggest thing, don't be emotionally attached to this stuff. If you're trading and you're emotionally attached to it, well, maybe you have you'll like the asset, whatever it is. Is it a stock, right? What are you looking at? Go trade something else that you're not emotional with. That's what you need to do. You got to take the emotions out of it, right? Because if you're emotionally attached to a trade, how the hell are you going to take your profit when you should? How the hell are you going to get out of a bad position when you should? And probably in your head, you're just going, well, I should probably get out of this, but I'm smarter than the market. My traditional TA setup's just good. Come on, man. If a position turns against you and you are not immediately getting out of that position, you're going to let the market take money from you. That's the whole point. If you limit your losses, if you don't ever let these markets take a large amount of money from you, it's just little. If you get a bad entry, right? Maybe you're losing a tiny bit. Do you know how good it feels to get out of a bad position once you get this mindset? It feels better than winning a trade, man. It really does. It excites me. If I get a bad entry and I know it right after and I see, the correlation broke. That's what it's all about. Look at the correlation breaks in the volatility. This is the correlation down here. Look at all of them. Change all the time. They're always breaking. The volatility is always expanding and contracting. That's why when we give you a free chart that has the correlation, that has Pearson correlation and our basic volatility indicator, that's why you need to learn it first. All this means nothing if you don't learn the volatility, because you will find yourself probably getting into bad positions because you don't understand what you're seeing on the volatility. This is huge. This is huge, understanding this. So yeah, limit your losses. Man, oh man, limit your losses. It'll start to feel real good. You know what that's going to do for your P&L, especially when you start to really get a hang of the VEPS. You're starting to get good entries. Every once in a while, when you don't, you just get out of the position, right? Go tee it up, man. Go do something. Go touch grass. You don't have to be in a trade all day long, right? If you did have to get out of a trade, you're kind of bummed out. Don't get right. Don't just dive back in like revenge trading or something. Oh, they took a little bit of money from me. Well, I'm going to get it this time. Go chill, right? Go chill. What do the poker guys call it? Tilt, right? Don't go full tilt. Good to see Zen
We've all
tap
been there
in
at
here.
some point, right? We've all been there. We've all experienced it. Yeah. But what he's saying is true. Don't get emotionally attached. There's also the reverse side. Is that, like, if you hate a company and you want to short it, and it keeps going up,
Yeah.
stop. Don't be emotionally attached to it.
No.
Just let it lie. Right?
Yeah.
There's a time and place for a trade.
Yeah. 100%, man. 100%. Yay! Hello. There's a soundboard. There's a soundboard, man. What's that?
Hello.
Hello. Good to hear from you. Let's see.
Yeah, just sending my greetings. Hope everyone's all right. Have a great day. Happy trading.
Happy trading. Yeah, we're hanging in there. Hearts and minds. Hearts and minds. Let's see what we got. 435.
If you look at Triple Q there, Bilbo.
Yeah.
That's a weird spot. It looks like he could float either way. Because it's just surrounded just by the Laplaces. It's just sitting there. It's like, what is that going to do?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You got SPY sitting right at the top trying to break through. The Triple Q's just hanging out. But again, telling you, man, you got the weekly, actually, let me see here, the bottom. Top of the weekly is almost at the center of the monthly. Here's the top of the monthly, finding support. All these ranges have been tested, and Triple Q is looking like it wants to run, too. It's a lot cleaner above than its SPY is. I mean, a lot cleaner.
It's got to go down, it's got to go through a lot of floors, right?
This thing has got a lot of support. This thing has got a lot of support. Big time. Yes, it does. I mean, it immediately, right? You literally open up in the weekly. There was nothing to test. Shoot right through the middle of the monthly yesterday. You end up closing, but right above, barely above, you close right above the top side of the 68.3. But again, just like SPY, here's the daily range. Top side of the daily range is down here by the bottom of the 68.3. Stuff has not been tested yet. Indeed, man. Let me see something real quick. What do we got down here? SPY. Boom, 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 boom. What's the top of the, what was that, 431? Wow. What do we got down here at top of the weekly? What's the top of the weekly? 428.22, huh? 1SD. Is that 429? Where's that 428 at? 95.4 Laplace? Oh, God, man. 427. 427, huh? Wowzer, Bowser. Let's see. Okay. All right, Dollar, what are you going to do? What you going to do? Gold's still giving it hell. I mean, dude, that thing sold off like crazy, right? Yeah. Sell off. The gold bugs are buying the dip. Buy the dip. Now, if we were talking about Bitcoin, it'd be like, yep, buy the dip every day, every week, every month. Until Bitcoin's $1 million, these are all just dips. Dip. Some would call me a dipshit. Let's see here. I disagree, though. We'll see. Who's the real winners in the last 13 years in the markets? You think the people that adopted Bitcoin early? Yeah. Yeah. Big winners. Big. We've already talked about this. The financial markets have never seen anything like Bitcoin before. We've been through this. We've showed the percentage moves. Nothing even comes close. I mean, since Bitcoin, right, since its inception, it ran up, dude. It's billions of a percent. How much that thing pumped? Billions. Think about that. Or you could be sitting in some worthless stock in your portfolio, just sitting there, taking up space. Or you could be sitting on a very volatile asset like Bitcoin, not worrying about the pullbacks. The future is Bitcoin. The future is Bitcoin. One day everybody's just gonna be like, "Yep, there goes Bitcoin." It's gonna pop again. When it does, you will know. People start going loopy and crazy when Bitcoin starts pumping. It's good for the world. Then people are still getting gaslighted about crypto, right? It happens. Only criminals and drug dealers use Bitcoin. It's such a lie. Such a lie. Bitcoin's bad for the environment. Meanwhile, most of it is green energy powering the miners. It's so funny. But then they're going to jock electric cars that you go home and you plug into your grid. These Bitcoin miners, these big farms, they got solar power. That's real green energy. Not going home, taking your electric car, plugging it into your electric, right? Unless you have solar panels on your house, what do you think you're doing? You think you're saving the environment? You're not doing shit. You're being scammed is what you're doing. How's that electric bill treating you? How's that I'm going to save on gas. How's the electric bill treating you? I guarantee it's more than if you were putting gas in a car.
Right.
All right.
So if you take cars of two equal weights, one gas, one electric, they require the same amount of energy to go forward.
Sure.
I mean, that's just a simple physics formula, right? So if they require the same energy, therefore, it doesn't matter whether you're burning gas or using electric, you're going to have to burn the same amount of fuel.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of I can understand electric cars for cities, just get some of the smog out of the cities, but that's about it. You're not saving the planet.
Yeah, but you're getting smog out of cities, but then you go to the electrical plant where they're burning coal to create the electricity. That thing's even grinding more because everybody's powering their electric cars. So it's just a.
Well, and also I think the electric car business, it's that the energy capacity just doesn't exist. I think, when California said, well, by like 2035, every car sold has to be electric, right? You know what? Based on
that's never
the
going to
demand
happen.
of the cars to replace the cars,
All right.
they would need 17 Hoover dams to power up all those cars. That's just not happening.
I guarantee you that doesn't happen either. Guarantee it. No way.
They don't even have the power to do their own grid.
Yeah.
No, they don't. They've got rolling brownouts, man. They don't.
Oh yeah.
So for them to have to put 17, like you said, 17 more dams. No way.
Yeah, dude. There's no way that is going to come into fruition where, if you're a car manufacturer, they have to be electric. No way.
It's unfeasible.
Yeah, totally. These psychos with this green energy platform that they're pushing, that's what they are. They're total nutbags. It's never going to work.
It's just there's going to be a lot of car dealerships springing up over in Nevada.
Yeah.
Right on the border.
Hydrogen I can get behind. Toyota's coming out with this hydrogen motor. It's going to blow the doors off these electric car companies. Hey, fill her up with what? Water. That's what's crazy. There's a lot of power.
Hydrogen is really cool. It's just it seems very unsafe, given certain things happen.
Well, with with combustible engines too, batteries. Jesus, those electric cars are dangerous as shit. Everything's dangerous.
Hydrogen releasing energy is
here.
It's catastrophic. That's not only going to take out the car; it's going to take everything out with like a 50-foot radius.
I think this is why it's taken so long. I mean, you definitely have to create a system that's going to be safe as you can get anyway. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, you got a bunch of little hydrogen bombs driving around on the highway. Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah, we should all just be riding bikes. Have a much fitter society, I would imagine.
It would be like it is in Holland, basically.
Right.
And they're a fairly fit bunch as an average population.
Yeah.
Right. And they also have a lot less traffic accidents per capita because, very few cars relatively. But their cities are quieter and it's nice.
Yeah. Who is it? I think Honda's making that little one person like I think it was even hydrogen maybe. The little tiny little airplane thing.
Right, like a little ultralights and stuff like that.
Yeah, just book around in.
That would be fun.
That'd be fun. I could get in on some of that. Give me I want my little Jetsons flying car.
Yeah, it's fun actually flying those ultralights. I actually flew one right next to Holland in Belgium.
Nice.
The place where one of the first is called the Thumb of the Sky, which is one of the first places, or maybe the first place they flew ultralights.
The Thumb of the Sky.
Yeah, Le Pouls du Ciel. Yeah.
Nice.
Anyway, good place. Anyway, wow, look at this. I see people in here that I see someone in here that I haven't seen in a while.
Yeah.
It's the same. Yeah. Hello.
We got Dixie pulling back here as expected.
With some nice moves back and forth today on Le Marché.
Yeah. Now remember, we got the top of the monthly right here. See what happens.
Yep.
Pretty much called right at the beginning of the stream. Dixie probably going to pull back 1 SD, top of the monthly, and then we can see what's going to happen. Because if this thing bounces here, it's probably going to come out like a bat out of hell.
Oh, great song. And we have a trending move on Bitcoin 15 minute that just finished, is now random again. That was a nice move down.
Yeah, speaking
On a 15 minute. Now it's boinging back into random mode for now.
Whee!
Look at that.
Yep, wick right to the top side of the 68.3. Came back down to the bottom. Working the 4-hour probabilities. Look like the 90. What's that? Yeah, 95.4 on the 4 hour. Or on the 4 hour. Got front.
Yeah, right close to it. Yeah, exactly.
27, very nice move. 7. Yeah.
And if you're using the entropy indicator, I mean, it literally told you when to get out.
Always, right?
Told you when to enter and when to get out. Perfect little trending move. Once again, it's trading with the probabilities.
Yeah.
And if you look at the 15-minute entropy today and you say, well, there were 3 little trending moves today overall, and it wasn't, there were 3 little trending moves today on the 15-minute, and they weren't such big moves. Okay, well, first of all, if you have the right position, they were perfectly fine. Yeah. Second of all, 1 out of 3 ain't bad if you're talking about a nice little fat move like that, relatively. You go,
yeah,
27.6, 27. There's like a $400, $350 move or something. That's nice.
For sure. Yeah, nice little trend. Nice little trend on the 15-minute. Prediction model just broke. Beautiful.
Yep.
Beautiful.
It really is. And you can see it right there in the AVR, too, right above that entropy, what you got on your screen there. Right there in the AVR, you see it. Yeah. Look at that. The volatility started to expand. What happened with correlation? Okay, price came down. Oh, yeah. That's what happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Positive volatility, negative correlation. Yep, price is going to dump, and that's what happened.
Got a bunch of bull div down here. Bunch of bull div.
Yep.
So, yeah, I would imagine. And you're getting, I could see it back at about 27,550 here at some point. Retesting all this up here. Maybe just the bottom side of the power mean band. Maybe just 27.5. $60. I mean, it's nothing. It's
our buddy Rose is doing the same thing.
Hidden bear.
Our buddy Rose too. Getting up there, almost up to the second standard deviation. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and you had DLP on the 15-minute also was all the way down at the 99.7 confidence interval. And you had, and that's also when the Z-score, bottomed out, like the regular RMS Z-score bottomed out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the bounce was, kind of like, all right, this is not much of a brainer here. Kind of a no-brainer. It's going to happen.
It's easy, didn't
it? You're going to have mean reversion, and you already had mean reversion on the on the 15-minute. You had mean reversion already on which RMLR is this? The 1110 RMLR. Mean reversion already in the last couple candles. It just said okay, went from the second standard deviation band.
Right. Oh yeah, and I saw that earlier. Who was that? Oh yeah, it was Ollie. Take your profit, Ollie. What are you doing?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Don't stay in trades a long time.
No, Ollie
suggests. But he's been in it apparently a long time, like really a long time, like a month or 2.
Yeah, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, that's not trading. That's investing, by the way.
Yeah.
If you leave a trade open for months at a time, you are an investor.
100%.
Like you might have accidentally done that, but you have quickly changed from being a trader on that position to an investor in that position. You are holding it back for the long term. Now, it may have gone a couple thousand pips in your direction, but if you're an active trader, that's not a reason to hold on to it for months at a time because you could scoop up more buckets along the way on any given day than you can just holding one bag and hoping for it to go up or down over the long term. If you want to hold a bag and hope that it goes up and down over the long term, that is investing, and that's all fine and good. And yes, you can use our tools to do that, but that's not what trading is about. It's very different.
Yeah.
So
there we go too. Hidden bear on the 4 hour. Boop, 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 boop.
I actually think if you have some pretty big bags, VEPS would probably be the investor's best tool too.
Oh,
Right?
yeah,
Because
absolutely.
it's going to tell you exactly when to invest and when, hey, maybe you should cut your profit, even, after
Right.
you've been holding for a couple of years, like, things are at an all-time high, right? It'll tell you exactly when things are going to pull back, and you can
Right.
reinvest.
Yeah, absolutely. But there's also other things that longer term investors look at, right? They look at value, they look at PE, they look at all kinds of different things, right? Like if a company pays dividends, they look at all kinds of stuff that you don't look at or care about when you're in a fast trade, right? Because it's irrelevant. What do I care about their dividends unless I'm looking at a trade during the day that they're doing dividends? And even then, I don't really care about it as long as the VEPS information is telling me to go this way or that way on a short-term scalp. But like a longer-term trader, longer-term investor who's looking at years out, I put in, $100 a month every month into this asset, and I just want to keep seeing it grow over time, kind of thing, or 1,000 or whatever, however much money they put in every month, week, or year. It's just like, it's a very, very different thing to be an investor rather than to be a trader.
You have to take
But yeah, absolutely, the tools work fantastic, and you're totally right. If you're doing long-term investing and you know about these kind of tools, why would you not at least look at them? For sure, but very different use of them.
I mean, the one thing that comes into my mind is Apple, right? Is like,
Yeah,
that is a typical buy and hold stock, right? But when it caps out, you might want to know, hey, okay, is the market going to pull back, right? No matter on their incomes or their financials, doesn't matter. Sometimes they'll pull back and you can reinvest, right? But again, there's tax implications, right? Especially if you've been holding over here and stuff like that.
Yep, absolutely. No, you're 100% right, man. I hope everybody else who's this stuff and is listening is like paying close attention to like what Arthur is saying, because he's making some excellent points here. And again, it's important to note he's only been using these tools for a few months, and he's already found brilliant ways to use this stuff. And by asking smart questions over and over and over again, and constantly being sharing stuff and sharing charts and asking about this and that, and seeing how it connects the dots between different kinds of trading, different kinds of assets. And it's absolutely right. You can use these tools to trade long-term investments, and you can use them to scalp. But of course, when you're looking at longer-term investments, you're also looking at other information that you don't need to trade intraday trades, fast scalps. But it may absolutely be helpful for longer-term positions to see, like when the longer-term entropy is running into a big trend or coming out of one, or when the volatility is starting to get exciting again for a particular asset that might have been quite sleepy for a while, and all of a sudden volatility is expanding and correlations going haywire. There's all kinds of things we could do with this VEPS information and longer term info. But of course, just remember, investing, there's all kinds of other information to look at. And some people like to put money in and like buy, hold, and forget. And that they don't even want to look at it for 5 or 10 years. And they'll see where it is in 10 years. And if it makes money, great. If not, they don't care about, the lunch money that they lost that week or that month or that year. So, but yeah, very good points, man. And thank you for sharing.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Yeah, Bitcoin on the daily, just hanging up here on the 99 log MA. Literally haven't closed a freaking 4 hour candle below it once it got up above. Closed one right at it. Yeah, this is waiting. Now we talked about this too. You got the 9 log MA breaking up through the 99. Power mean bands starting to. Got to get all this back up above Fisher on the daily, and this thing could really take off.
And it's literally hanging out right now. First Laplace down below the moon of the day.
Yep.
The AT Laplace band. It's been bouncing back and forth between the first Laplace up and just a little bit below the first Laplace down by one of the PB2 bands. So it's been having a nice chill day overall. But good for the scalps.
Scalpity scalp.
And the 4 hours been something. Yeah, on the 4 hours. What a 4 hour candle. I mean, on the AT bands, the AT Laplace bands, it dipped right down to the second Laplace down. Just pounced right back up. Now up to almost to the first Laplace up. It's just that's the kind of move you look at and you'd be like, okay, on lower time frames you can easily scalp that, and you could easily have done that with the trending move. And now it's moving up again just a little bit. So you got all kinds of great maneuvers to do with assets like this. It's really nice. Really nice. I can tell you the 1 minute is extremely useful for people like me, especially in times like this, when it's like you don't necessarily have a lot of time in front of your computer before you got to go do something else. Maybe you're busy at work, or maybe you're busy, you got to do other stuff that life sometimes calls you to do. And, it's perfect, low time frame scalps. I mean, live to 50 minute on Bitcoin, perfect example right now. As we spoke about this thing starting to have a mean reversion and it whacked through the RMLR. Now what's it doing? It's having a fully random move to the upside on a fat tail variance outlier. That's the kind of thing we like to see. It moves up nicely. You take quick profits if you have the right position size. It's like 0.5% up, or a bit more than 0.5%, like 0.6% or whatever.
Yeah.
And you get out. You got your profits, you get out. And now you reposition, see if it's going to go up or down again. So,
Nice.
yeehaw.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the daily, it's hanging up on that 99. On the 2-day, it's hanging right. It hasn't closed the candle below reverse wave trend. While all these log MAs are flipping back up, everything's flipping back up. Flipping crazy. Same thing on the 3-day, up above wave trend. Already tested the top side of the power mean band. Got a nice big range here. What you doing, 5-day? Oh no. Same thing, up above. Yeah, and wave trend's up above Fisher. Wow. This thing is that interesting. Sure, we got a bunch of goofies already pattern trading. That's okay. You'll learn someday. I don't know when, but at some point you will learn. Let's say 27.5. Yeah, get that. So and this is what I was literally talking about. I mean, blew out all this hidden bear that was setting up, except for back here, top right here. So we got rid of all the hidden bear on the low side, although it's pulling back right now. This thing could pop. You can see this thing up there, 27.7 area. It's not really a pop when it comes to Bitcoin, but she's always a fast mover. You're right below Fisher too. Well, I mean, what are you doing here? Trying to stave off this freaking cross. You go right up and close right at reverse Fisher. Yeah, got to work this. You got to get up above wave trend. It's at 27.580. Get up here. Let all this flip back around. You don't want this whole power mean band to cross down the Fisher. It's in your battling just like you're on the 99. Now you're going to have the Fisher up there. Don't want that. Let's see if I can show you on the 9 minute. If it will populate. Come on, baby. And SPY's running. Almost up to 435, huh?
2 hours later.
We got an untested daily range down there. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. No freaking kidding. Russell leading, huh? Yeah, Russell's leading. 1.27 up. Interesting. Head and shoulders above. No, I'm not talking about patterns. Yeah, there's the wave trend test on the 9 minute. How can it stay up here? Reality, you want this thing flipping back around. These low time frames intraday. Yeah, man. You could ruin your day. Got bear div too down here on the 6. $30 length Z scores heading towards these upper confidence interval on an outlier though. I don't think this thing's done. Would really be nice here. Pull back a little bit, bounce off the 0 mean. That would be good. But right now, it's definitely got a little bit of juice. Yeah, you're above wave trend. There you go. That's what you want to see roll up through these lower time frames. Start closing some candles below these low time frame wave trends here. Reverse wave trend. Yeah, you're not going to pull up a regular wave trend. If you're over there in TA land going, they're using something. Like this is a reverse wave trend. This is a whole different animal. Indeed. Whole different animal. Boy, once back here on the 6 minute, you tested that Fisher and broke. Boom, just started riding the power mean band down. Indeed. Now it's popping right back up. It'd be good to get above this 99. Just hover up here above like 27.6. While all these low time frames flip around here. Trending to the top side. You got room to run too. These bands are still a ways. I mean, you're literally hitting almost hitting 99.7 Laplace on this 6-minute candle. On this 6-minute candle. So we pull down here. Wait a minute. What's that? BTC. Let's see. I'm going to pop back over on traditional 6-minute. Boom. Yeah, that too. You'll see these probabilities getting ready to populate here. Yep, there it was. Wick right to almost to the 99.7 Laplace. Now, what do we got? 3-minute 40-second left. Now the probabilities are pulling in. Right, got a 95.4% probability it pulls back inside about 27.575. 68 threes right there. 27.545. Yeah, even the last 6-minute candle did the same thing. Now, finally, and right here we looked at that 6-minute. What was that? That was up there when it was testing the Fisher. Remember? And then it dropped down below, rode that power mean down. Now you're back up above the 30 power mean. Boy, it did it with force too. I mean, we're talking 99.7 Laplace distribution moves. Doesn't matter if you're on a 1 minute or 30-second. These probabilities come into play. These probabilities come into play all the time. I mean, you closed outside the 99.7 Laplace right here.
GPT.
Oh, yeah, sweet. What you got to say, lady?
Hello, it's me, Alpha Trading GPT. I hope you're enjoying some nice profit taking that the VEPS has been indicating correctly as usual. If you can't be an insider trader like people in government, try being a VEPS trader. See for yourself how accurate it is. Do you know why other retail traders don't use that? Because they don't even know it exists. How many times have you wished you could know something, anything, about the future? Our indicators use leading information and relevant maths, and that's why our predictive tools are as precise as surgical-grade laser beams. Do you trade with traditional technical analysis? If you are, you're using lagging indicators built on lagging information. Notably, you're using indicators based on price action, which just follows the returns. So the typical tools you're probably using, like RSI, EMA, SMA, VEPS, and other tools can never be leading information. At Alpha Trading, we trade with leading information, also known as the VEPS. What are the VEPS? You are. That's easy. They are volatility, entropy, probability, and statistics. And yes, even you can learn how to use that information to trade. You can try our VEPS tools for free, and you can get free access to our volatility starter pack of indicators plus a chart, pre-populated to make it as easy as possible for you to get set up quickly and learn to trade volatility, probability, and statistics. Once you get your free access, learn the tendencies. Learn the chicken tendencies. They're the main cuisine on the bleeding edge of quantitative trading. Volatility and correlation have a very reliable set of tendencies that affect and indicate the probable direction of price action. After you learn the tendencies and try the tools out properly, you can get a 2-week free trial of a fat bunch of our top premium trading indicators. If that doesn't pique your interest, well, maybe you're just stubborn. And that's okay. We need liquidity on the other side of our trades. So stay there, if you want. That should be a wake-up call for you. Most will ignore that, at their P&L peril. Alpha Trading is not like every YouTube Jimmy selling lagging indicator nonsense to their own communities. We're not in the business of selling garbage that's designed to fail most of the time. We're VEPS traders, and we offer our community access to the best tools available to retail traders on the world's largest charting site, TradingView, because it gives people a real, quantifiable edge. Come into our Discord and learn for free. We have the best educational info to learn how to trade the VEPS, and we have the friendliest group of traders, happy to help you learn to trade the VEPS. Also, our soundboard rocks, and you can play with it too. Alpha Trading, a better way to trade, and a better way to enjoy taking liquidity from the counterparty.
Bravo. Bravo.
Friendly words in the AI back today.
Yeah. This is awesome. So 2 6-minute candles in a row on Bitcoin. You run up to the 99.7 Laplace. By the close of the candle, it pulls back inside the 95.4 Laplace on both candles. That's how this works. HFT firms run it up. You take profit. You either front run the 99.7 right at it. You take your profit. They probably flip their trades, run it right back down to the 95.4. It's a beautiful thing. Probabilities in action, man. Probabilities in action. Pretty bullish. Wouldn't be a bit surprised to see the same damn thing happen again. What would that take it to? Almost that 27.7 area. We'll see, though. At this point, though, that pullback, they might run this back down to the... Might run it back to the 30 power mean. We'll see. You just rejected off the...
It also happened to run through both RMLIs, right? It reverted to the first one and then ran up and reverted to the second one as well, 30-12. I mean, perfectly before coming back down.
Woo!
So nice.
Oh, got a little cross happening.
Yeah, on the 6-minute. Yeah. On the 15, you don't have a cross, but it ran up to the 15-minute.
Yeah, let me change this to 15.
Perfectly.
Wow, look at this 15-minute candle. This thing closed up here. Woohoo! Closed up by the 99.7 Laplace above it. Wow. And then the next 15-minute candle, we got this doji. Doji time. Pretty much 1 SD to the downside, 95.4 Laplace the top side. You're in between these RMLRs right now. I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see this thing 27.4, huh? Yeah, because you got the...
You got AVQ on the time frame rising up too, from like way down near the third standard. Now it's up above the second, heading towards the first.
Yeah.
So it's like you got all kinds of groovy indications right now. It's good stuff.
Man, it's so good, man. Interesting. Speaking of that, let me get on SPY here. See what the SPYs are at.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Where you going, donkey? There we go. MR up here about 435.20. Yep. 35.20. We got one down here at about 432.91. 432.91. Yeah, man, this thing popped quick, didn't it? It is. Yeah, we'll see what happens here when it gets to about 0.21. Hits this RMLR. Is it going to reject or is it going to keep climbing? About to find out. We are literally at the top. Wait a minute here. I pulled back up in. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, you were down here. You were down here by the bottom side of the deviation bands. Mean reversion at its finest. Right back to the RMLR. Huh. Scale this down.
Funny how that works, isn't it?
There we go. Yeah. Indeed. Let's see, where's this at down there? 430. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Thing is rising. I hear P-Funk getting signals.
I'm not getting any signal. Fighting the trade.
I hear you.
Fighting the trade.
Let me see here. Below, crossing down on the 4-hour. Interesting. Are we crossing down? Or are we crossing up? What is your perception? Doing either. Got a little scissor action going on. Uh-oh. That's pretty attractive. We might see this thing back down here. 427.
It's going to go up, down, or sideways.
Yeah. Let's see what happens. Because this first 4-hour candle, we're above the 1 SD right now. What are you talking about? Well, let's go over here. Let me see. Whoa. BTC. 4-hour. 4-hour! There's a 1 SD right there on the 4-hour. Center, I mean, you just sent a wick right to the center of the daily. Nice. After this little sell-off, whoop, right back to the daily range. What are you going to do? You get up above here, you're going to see the 68.3 again. Make another run at it. 27.740. It's a nice little scalperoo. Nice little scalperoo. You got anything pumping? AVAX. AVAX is up 2.8. Local pump and dump group. Pumping AVAX this morning, apparently. VET. Hex almost looks halted. What's going on with Hex? Thing hasn't moved a lot. Usually it's like up or down 8%.
Right, well, Pulse Network.
Yeah. Old Pulse.
Yeah, I mean, it was designed to replace it, so nobody should be surprised that hex trades have come down a lot. It's like who's still trading proof of work?
Yeah, no, I get you. Yeah, for sure. So at some point, hex is just going to be bye-bye.
Yeah, I mean, it should, in theory, once people are done. Look, there's still people who have a bunch of stuff staked on hex, but at some point, when people pull out their stakes, they're gonna, with whatever's left, if they have anything left, um, if those who had big stakes probably already converted I mean, you can see it all in their graphs. They're actually very transparent as a crypto. So they have like tons of graphs about who's holding what and this and that and whatever. So you can see all the big stakes. A lot of them moved over to Pulse before Pulse launched. They did the whole sacrifice thing and everything else.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I'd be surprised if it's trading for a very long time in the future unless something changes about it. But it's an ERC20, and the whole point of making Pulse is that it's not an ERC20. It's its own blockchain, whatever. And it's supposedly greener and blah 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 and all this other stuff. So, but it doesn't have the downsides that ETH has with the crazy GUI fees and all that stuff. So that's kind of why people prefer it to Hex now, and have started looking as the alternative.
Right.
If they want to be in that kind of currency. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a crypto version of a certificate of deposit, right? Only you make your own COD, you mint it, and you cash it out when you're done staking it. That's the whole thing, and so you kind of are getting a nice rate of return if you're holding for a longer time.
Yeah.
But what the value of that rate of return is in terms of dollar value is, of course, based on the market and all that stuff. So in the meantime, you can also trade it, which, I actually think is the most fun thing to do with coins like that. But yeah, it's designed to be held for a long time. And I personally like to trade things like that.
There we go. So yeah, we hit that RMLR on the 15. SPY going to pull back now? Or is it going to just sit up here and beat its head against a wall? We'll see. We'll shortly see.
Yep.
I'd be a bit surprised if that's freaking. Let me go over here. Let's go back over on the SPY. Yeah, bears are waiting at that daily range for Bitcoin. They're like, no, not quite yet. Okay.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
I mean, right at the middle of the daily. Look at that. Perfect.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, SPY.
In SPY, I mean, pretty much you did a 1 SD move. You're above the center of the monthly. You got this daily range looming down here. I mean, did it, the previous 15-minute candle before the close, did it come down and test it? If that thing would have stayed down here, but the fact that last one pumped, I don't know, man. Wouldn't be a bit surprised to see this thing come down and test this daily range. It's got some juice right now, though, so let's see if we're building some hidden.
Yeah, I mean, if you're holding, like I said, this is Ollie or something's holding it since like early August or something like that.
Ooh,
and it did come down quite a bit, but you would have had some more profits along the way, and you've taken them a few times. Okay, I understand you were busy, you couldn't do it in August or something, but when you came back, like a week ago or even a couple of days ago, it would have been a fine time to take profits.
Yeah, I mean, you were down here by 420. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot better than 435. You lost a shitload of profit.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Well, it's not. That's what we teach her. Yeah. Got to take in profits. Look at the 6-minute return oscillator, too. I mean, SPY's up here. It's been running on the 6-minute. Hell, the returns oscillator's coming down. Down. So we got all this bear div. You're below the zero mean. The thing didn't even pull back. So it's set up a bunch of hidden bull. Bull hockey. Still trending.
Yep.
Still trending. Got a little ways to move. And it's moving past that RMLR now, too. Or it's right at it again because it raised. Now you're right at the RMLR again. It moved up to 435.43. Where are we? 435.41.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
The winner.
And you're at the 1 SD. What's this 15-minute look like? Same? Is that returns oscillator coming down? No, it's turning down. Not on bear div. Interesting. Yeah, the 15-minute doesn't really look too bad. This thing can probably still run. Let's see this UPM. Go, go, go. Yeah, you're above. Wave trend's pretty much at 430. It's Fisher. This thing wants to spill out 424.6, 427.41. All right. Okay, Spy, where are you going? What's on your mind? Some nice 33-minute candles. Dropping in the trend right now. Definitely setting up bear div. Both Z-scores and returns oscillator. It's on the 33. And you're at the 1 SD on the VR or on the distribution. Yep, sitting right at it. I mean, you get by here, it's a whole different story. Get by. Could see the top of the monthly. First resistance on the weekly, right? Or second, my bad. Second resistance on the weekly. And the 95 for Laplace. That's why, during streams, most of the time, whatever asset I'm looking at is like, there's a 95.4% probability it doesn't close over 438 and a quarter. So there's that. Then you have these top side of the monthly and the second resistance level on the weekly on day 2, on Tuesday. You're already up there. This thing continues to climb up here. I would imagine it's going to get slapped in the face when it hits this. 1 SD, it's a 68.3% probability. You still got a large probability you can get by here. And we're talking daily candle closes, not 15-minute candles. I have it set up on a 15 for a reason. I like to see 15-minute candles close above or below certain areas. And when that happens, it gives me a little more insight into what these data sets want to do. And the actual creator, right? These HFT firms, what are they thinking? What are these bots thinking? Because they're making a lot of trades. A lot of trades. Yep, trying to get by here. But you got Dixie pulling back. Dixie's what, 834, 835 now? What's this thing at? Yeah, it found a little support down here. Not then that's what I told you. I mean, you're at the top of the monthly range. 1 SD to the downside. Great spot for the dollar to bounce. The dollar bounces here. If the dollar bounces here and runs to the top side of the 68.3, you're going to see SPY, whoop, right back. You'll see SPY testing this daily range is what's going to happen. So let's see. Let's see if Dixie can bounce out of there. Let's see if Dixie can bounce out of there. Everybody needs a dollar until you don't. Let's see. Anything running away? Who won the shit stock of the day award? Let's see. Of course, now the airlines are up today, right? Of course, Delta's up 3.2%. Mean reversion, right? It was about down the same yesterday, even more. Let's take a peek here. What a shit show. Good Lord. Right back up into the weekly. Tight daily range. I mean, is it just, you think it just happened by accident? You literally closed the last 15-minute candle yesterday right where this tight daily range is going to be. So this thing's been tested. You gapped up right from it. Right to where? 95 for Laplace, second standard deviation. Look at the wicks right into these deviation levels. That's a second standard deviation, right? 1 wick, 2 wick, 3 wick. It just blows my mind. How long do people need to watch these streams and see these deviation levels hitting, these volatility ranges hitting before you go, maybe they do have something here? It's called leading information, right? None of this lags. This populates at the beginning of every day, every 4 hour, every week, every month for the volatility ranges. All their supports and resistances. The width of the ranges, whether it be daily, weekly, monthly, gives you a little insight on whether we're going to have a lot of trend or a lot of range, what's going to happen. And if it's going to range, where's it going to range at? Most of the time, inside the daily 68.3. You keep those daily 68.3s inside a wide weekly range or something, man, you could just ping around in a big monthly or weekly range all week or month. I've seen it happen before. Go back when Bitcoin dropped down to about 6K on the way down to the low at 3,100. Take a look at that for 3 months. You want to see what I'm talking about? Look at those ranges. Look at the daily 68 threes. Look at the weeklies throughout those months. What was going on? It's a reason. And then the bottom fell out of it. It dropped 50%, right? Went from 6K to 3K, pretty much. 31. I think I started buying at 42. Then my last purchase was literally at about $3,200, $100 from the low. Thank you, VEPS. Thank you, VEPS. I wasn't buying at 6, right? Wasn't buying at 5. You could just see it in the charts. This thing's going down. And then if you look at a big distribution, you knew exactly where it was at because it pulled back to the top side of the first standard deviation on a projection from 2015. Pretty powerful. Pretty powerful. And then we're at the $3,800 Bitcoin after it went all the way up to 14K, pulled back to 3,800 because of the scamdemic. Where was 3,800? Top side of the first standard deviation from the projection when Bitcoin was 200, a little right around $240. September of 2015. That's how far that projection was going, and how just perfect pullbacks to the top side of the 1SD. Powerful, man. Powerful indeed. What was this little 2? Oh, when did they start putting this out? So Delta's got, no wonder this thing's all over the place. You got earnings 2 days. October 12th. October 12th, Delta earnings. I have to play this. Might have to play it. Let's take a peek at Delta real quick. Delta Airlines, everybody's favorite airline. Try to stay away from airplanes anymore. I'd rather drive. Let's see here. What are we doing? God, look at it, man. This data set is just a train wreck. I'm not gonna lie. Let's go to a daily. Holy shit, this thing just been selling off. And there's those earnings in 2 days. All right, gotcha. That's why I want a macro. See the 5-day. Jesus, Delta. All the way down to the Fisher. You get outside, first you come to the wave trend, then it continued to sell off right down to the reverse Fisher. Now it's pulling up. And when is those earnings? Interesting. Interesting indeed. What time? October 12th. Yeah, but is it a morning or afternoon? Let me go back to a 4-hour. Or what was that, daily? Where you were showing the earnings? Yep. Pop on here. Is it morning? Night. So Thursday after the market close. Thursday after the market close. So we'd want to probably go. Let me check this out real quick, man. Let's play with some options. Delta Airlines. Friday expiration. 3 days. Now. I don't care about what they're talking about earnings. I could care less about the news because they're always wrong. All right. If anything, counter trade them. Right now, you've been riding a power mean band. You're below right now on the daily. Delta's back up at the bottom of the 9. I'm looking at wave trend now. 39, 40. What are the 40 calls at? Wow, really? Holy shit, man. The 39.5 at 9 cents. The 40 calls are at 6 cents. This is for Friday's expiration. Expected move, though, was only 430, or no, 4. Geez, so looking at SPY. 37 3/4. Bottom side's just a tick under 35. But we're talking earnings play. I'm really surprised this expected move is only 1.55 plus or minus. With earnings coming up, especially the morning of after. What the man? Usually going to see like a 5 point or something. I'm really surprised it's not at least up to where they have their 1SD at 39. So if I'm thinking about a 40, let's take a peek here. What's up here? We're talking weekly. Where's the first resistance level on the weekly volatility range? 37.8. That's the bottom of the monthly. Where's the center of the monthly? 38, 39, huh? Gotcha. 39, huh? 15 cent. Take a peek here. I just got a feeling. Get in on that bad boy. Yeah. 39 and a half. Yeah, I guess little earnings play. Man, I'm telling you. Especially if this thing can get up here, if this can close above the center of the weekly, even close up by the top of the weekly, man, we could see an earnings play shoot to the top of the monthly range. That's up here at what? Just a tick under 40. Tick under 40. Boy, and if that thing hit 40, holy shit. Especially when you're looking at the 40 calls. 6 cents. Hey, man, 6 cents. I have a 6 cents. I'm very sick. There we go. Yeah, I'm going to get in a little earnings play on Delta. If you just read between the lines, you pretty much understand what the hell I just did. I don't give signals. I might talk about them, but I don't give them. I'm not that guy. Let's see here. Just kind of a no-brainer, especially off that sell-off. You got earnings coming. We'll see. Let's see what it does the rest of the day. Let's see what it does the rest of the day. Oh, there's that EMF, that energy company. Wow. I know P-Funk likes that. What's that, 5.8% up? Good Lord. Go. Must be charging electric cars. There's Lyft. Remember, Lyft got down there. It was about 9.8. Didn't get in the trade. Look at it now. And I was going out like, that was a 45-day expiration trade I was going to get into. I'd still be in that. I'd probably be taking the profit, though. That's what it's all about. Yeah, Carnival, all, cruise lines, airlines, all up today. What's Tesla doing? 2.8. Bonds, what are you doing? 10 years at 4.6, huh? Interesting. Got the 5-year outpacing the 10. What's that, 1.16? Hell, you got the 2-year outpacing the 10. Interesting. And you got the 1-year down. 5.36. Yep, clown world, guys. Clown world. We are knee deep in it. Knee deep in it. The clown world has some serious implications, obviously. There's madness going on in the world right now. It's all buckled down. What time is it? Damn, 10:47 already? Wow. Wow. Interesting indeed. So we got a SPY up there. All right, go back to these zeros. Zero DTEs. Pop us back on SPY. Gotcha. There goes Dixie. That's what I thought was going to kind of happen. Getting a little pop off of that range down there, man. Don't be shocked this thing runs up here. Let's see. SPY. Yeah. I mean, remember, we looked at all that. You're above the center of the monthly, but with an untested daily and with Dixie getting a little steam off the bottom of the monthly. I'm going to be a bit surprised. You see this thing test this range. What are these bad boys? What was that, 431? Damn, boy, they sucked a premium out of those. Those 431s are only 13 cents. Not financial advice. Interesting. Or is this thing going to run a 1SD? We got 428, huh? 429? Holy shit, those are a nickel. I don't know. Dixie'd really have to run for SPY to dump to the 1SD. I could easily see it. Break back through the center of the monthly. First resistance on the weekly and get down, test this daily range by when it's all said and done. Especially if Dixie keeps running here. Time is it 10:49? He's on tap. Yeah, he's probably dealing with some shit. We might have to end this 10 minutes early because I am. Yeah, you see me moving around a lot. Yeah, I mean, I'm about to I got a 54-year-old bladder that's screaming. P-Funk, you feel me?
I do feel you. I got it. I got 55 coming Saturday. I got it, bro.
Nice. Yeah, dude, my birthday's Monday. I mean, dude, we are literally almost the same age.
You know, I don't know, man. 55 on Saturday. It's crazy.
Nice. Yeah, brother. Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah.
Indeed. I think it was about 2 years ago. I remember my dad always saying, damn it, woke up all night having to pee. I was up at like 2 a.m. peeing. So here we go.
It's up a few times myself. I got you, bro.
Yeah. 'Cause I drink a lot of water. My mom's like, well, just don't drink so much water at night. I'm like, what, dehydrate myself? No, I'd rather wake up and pee. Thank you very much. Yeah, what a day. Hold on. Let me tie a knot in it. All right, we're good now. Should be able to hold out. Yeah, interesting wrestle here, man. Indeed. Let's take a peek at this thing. It's outpacing everybody. Interesting. Actually, I'd rather look at IWM. There we go. Hello. I wonder why. Look at the weekly range on Russell. It's Russell's turn. Oh, Russell. Gapped up right from the daily range, too. Almost 95 for Laplace. Once again, I can say 95.4% probability. 177 is the high on Russell today. Might have already seen the high. We'll see. If Dixie pulls back, yeah. Second standard deviation, 95 for Laplace. They're both 95.4% probability levels. That's why when you get nice low time frame intraday trending moves, these distribution levels, I mean, there's nothing better. There's nothing better finding tops and bottoms. Meanwhile, the average Joe out there being led astray by YouTube James. Thank you, ZenTap, for that. I think that was the bot the other day. Called him YouTube James. I almost lost my mind. But yeah, man, you got to stop listening to these guys. You really do. You talk about good scam artists. Look at all their affiliate links. Look at all the affiliate links they have, especially for all these young crypto traders. They're on-ramping them onto leveraged exchanges. Guys, leveraging crypto is a total freaking scam. You have a massive volatile freaking, even the traditional markets, very volatile. You do not leverage trade volatile markets. That's what leverage is for. Trading non-volatile markets so you can get some action. Then so then they're going to teach these young guys how to use leveraged exchanges to trade volatile assets. You talk about a scam, man. Oh my God. They're getting paid a lot of money too. They're getting paid a lot of money to on-ramp people. Be careful out there. Be careful who you listen to, who you watch, what you're being taught. Are they teaching you any good risk management skills? No, they're really not. They're teaching you risk management across the board that's getting everybody wrecked. So when you get these people and they're all teaching the same risk management, here's where you put your stop losses. La, 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 la. These exchanges love it because you're all just piling in down there of stop losses. You wonder why you get wicked out all the time? There you go. You don't think these exchanges are monitoring with algorithms where all these orders are at? Stop losses, take profits. We talk about it all the time. Do not put stop losses in the system. Do not put take profits in the system. Like if I get in an intraday trade on SPY, do you think I'm going up and throwing a take profit somewhere immediately? No, 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 no. When I see a volatile trending move happening going towards where I want to take profit, I'm just on board. I'm waiting. I don't have an order in. When it gets close to it, then I throw it in. Right? A limit order. You got to take advantage of the volatility in the trend. Because if you think you're ever going to be smarter than these markets, you're going to throw a take profit up somewhere. Be careful. Be careful because it's probably going to get front ran. Because chances are You're putting it up there because you were taught something by somebody and everybody else was taught the same thing. So you're all piled up there. Those algorithms are going to front run you. You're not going to get your profit. Then what are you going to do? When it's pulling back, now you're trying to take your profit. Instead, you front run the distributions. And when there's a trending volatile move, you're going to get your orders filled every freaking time. No questions asked. The data set's going to run right through it. Are you going to miss some of the meat on the trade? Yeah, but hey, man, that's the way it goes. You just want to trade. Be happy. Stack them on top of each other. Be a profitable trader. Get out of bad trades. I mean, it really is pretty simple. It's just hard to grasp for some people. It's all greed. It's all greed. I'm going to get it all. I'm going to get this whole move. The reason why people, and like Yasha said earlier, man, if you're in month-long trades, 2-month-long trades, you're an investor. You're not a trader. Indeed. And as an investor, I mean, I know people just been sitting on stocks forever. What the hell are you doing? Turn it into liquid at some point. Your brokers love you. They're always going to find something new for you. And you go and you tell them, look, I want to turn this, I want some liquid. I want it to, oh, wait, I got something hot for you. They are going to try to get you right back in another trade every freaking time. They're going to get those commissions. They don't care about you. This is what we're doing. We're teaching people to take all this into their own hands. Some people don't have time. We understand that. The VEPS aren't just for low time frame volatility trading, though. Is that the best way to use them? Absolutely. If you want to trade options, though, and get into long-term positions where you are going to take profit, and most of the times, if you're in an options position, when you get to 50% profit, just take it. Get out of the trade, add that liquidity, then you got more buying power for your next trade. It's pretty simple. And options are made to sell. But to sell options, guys, you got to have a massive account. You really do. You got to have a big account. So keep all that in mind. Be careful out there. It's a jungle. It's a jungle. We're going to leave it at that, I think. So here we go. Got Russell up here by the 95.4 Laplace. Take one look at Dixie. Dixie's trying to bounce out here. It's having issues, though. But, guys, I mean, it's almost a no-brainer right now. This thing's probably going to run back up. And SPY, we already saw SPY on those RMLRs, right? We already saw SPY. It's up here beating its head against this RMLR. Mean reversion, man. Now, where is, I mean, here 432.35, 30 power mean down here at about 430.5. Let's see how this day ends. This thing's starting to look like it's spent. We'll see. If Dixie pumps, this thing's coming down. Indeed. So will gold. So will silver. So will Russell. And Russell's maybe the canary in the coal mine because it's up there at the 95.4. It's already pulled back 0.3%. So yeah, let's go. Want to appreciate all the support in the Discord. You guys are great. We're here every day, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let me check this chat, make sure nobody is asking. No, nobody. Good. I didn't miss any questions. If you're watching on TradingView, the link to the Discord is in the description. There's no games here, right? We're trying to teach people the basics of volatility trading for free. You come in the Discord. Guys, there's no affiliate links. Right? We even have a channel, I think, for them. There's nothing even in it. We're not here to sell products, right? We're not here. We're here to teach you volatility trading, to find out if this is what you want to do. And if this is what you want to do, we do have an indicator package, over 40 indicators, right? All you got to do is go to the shop channel and look at it. But if you come straight into Discord and you request you want to buy the indicator package, we are going to try to deter you from doing that. Because we want people to stay around. If you just come straight in, buy the indicators, run off by yourself, we're never going to see you again. Because you're going to get lost. You're going to get so lost because this is so different. It's a whole different animal than what you're used to. So you got to learn the basics first. Then you're in here for a month or two, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, and you're like, you know what? I've been using this free chart. I think I'm ready for the free 2-week trial. And then when we give you that free 2-week trial, you have 2 weeks. All the education then is really going to open up for all those indicators. You can start to put together a strategy because now you understand the basics of volatility trading. And then at the end of that 2 weeks, most people are like, I'm ready. That's the path that you should be taking with this. And that's the path we're going to try to get you on. I mean, there are people that come in and want to buy, and we try to dissuade people, please, not yet. Learn the basics with this free chart. And some people are like, really? No shit? And I'm like, yeah, this is the way you should learn first. Then come back. But if you are here, ask questions in the Discord. That is the best way, right, to accelerate your learning process. I wanted it there. Wherever you live at on this big, beautiful blue marble, have a wonderful rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening. And we will see you tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace, guys. Peace around the world. We need more of it. Later.